In an attempt to create a new health drink, the corporation dooms all of humanity to destruction. In Indonesia, a family had a party. Nini serves drinks, but quickly leaves when she sees Ramon. He catches up with her and promises to explain why he didn't answer his calls. He even wants to propose, but he is distracted by a call from work. Ramon needs to leave urgently and promises that he will return soon. As soon as Ramon left, a car arrives at the house, causing an accident. The father of the family shouts at the driver, but he was no longer a man. The monster attacks the man, eliminating him instantly. Shortly before this, an employee at the company prepared samples of a new substance. The problem is that it has not passed clinical trials, and the company already wants to start making money. One sample is given to Samin, and the other is sent to the city. A little later, Samin accepts the sample, and his girlfriend Karina is already coming up with plans for their trip. The Kina family comes to their house, and they are clearly on cold terms. Their son is dating Uncle Bambong, who really likes to play video games. He also had a couple of toy screws. However, Rudy and Kin scold Bambong, calling a child. As for Samin, he notices that his skin has become smoother, as if he has become younger. This means the medicine has its effect. Karina also noticed this, but they did not see the sore on his back. A little later, Samin tells Rudy that he no longer wants to sell the company, since he now has a product that the Golden Mountains will give him. It has already been given the name Elixir of Youth. On this basis, quarrels begin within the family. Samin began to feel a deterioration in his health, but keeps his secret. At some point, the pain became too sharp, and everyone noticed red sores. He also becomes ill and passes out. Rudy checks the pulses and says Samin is dead. Before they had time to call an ambulance, Samin was resurrected, but already in the form of a zombie, starting to attack everyone he sees. When lunch reached Bamong, the girls were able to hold off Samin, and Bamong accidentally eliminates Samin. While no one understands what just happened, Arizona tries to hide. Rudy catches up with him and asks him to call the police, calling the whole incident an accident. Arizona falls silent, saying that he too is feeling bad. Bamong blames himself for eliminating Samin, but Kin assures him that it was an accident and he was not to blame. The other part of the family tries to help the wounded, but they begin to turn into zombies. Satin attacks Karina, receiving a blow with his heel. The housekeeper tries to help them, which is why she herself becomes a snack. The number of zombies is rapidly increasing. One of them attacks Kin, but the Bamong manages to neutralize him. Your mother. We need to take her to the hospital. When the couple went into the house, there were no other people there, only zombies. Then they get back into the car and drive away. Arizona wanted to get to the police, but the disease takes over his body. It was his car that flew to the party. In reality, almost all the people at the party also became monsters. Karina and the other survivors find the car, but it is locked. A zombie is approaching. The people hid behind the car, and the zombie couldn't find them. But just as he was about to leave, the phone rang. You have to fight back the monster using all available items. But no matter how they hurt the zombie, it cannot eliminate it. Fortunately, it began to rain, which literally froze the zombies in one position, giving people the opportunity to escape. Now nothing prevents Rudy from answering the call. On the other side, Kin asked to meet in the house. They did not yet know that zombies had spread throughout the entire settlement. And when they arrived at the party, the zombies grabbed the housekeeper and eliminated her. Most of the zombies came running at the scream, but the family managed to run into the house and hide. A little later, Bamong and Kin drove up to the house, and they see what is happening here. Rudy called Kin and explained that they were stuck in the house. Then Kin pressed the buzzer, and the zombies rushed towards them. And although it may seem that the plan is quite successful, when they arrived at Crowded Street, the zombies saw new targets, which accelerated their spread even faster. The family leaves the house and tries to use Air's car. However, she can no longer drive. The housekeeper turned into a zombie and rushed after them. Karina and Rain hide in the house while Rudy tries to protect them. And the sounds of battle give way, after which Rudy runs into the house and locks it up. And although he can barely move, he assures Karen that he is fine. And while Karen was looking for bandages or rags, Rudy saw a bite on himself. He asks Raina to take care of his mother. And as soon as Karina returned, Rudy was already converted. A fight ensues. Rain helps Karen, who breaks the abriti into a vase, and they lock themselves in the next room. Rudy breaks through the door and flies out onto the pin. The couple returns to the hall where Ningxi, another survivor, has entered. At this time, The couple is driving around the city and thinking about what to do. They were so engrossed in the discussion that they lost track of the road and overturned. The minibus driver stops and wants to help the couple, but he sees zombies running up to the car, starting to mow down the passengers. And since he didn't know that they were monsters, he ran towards them and also died. A little later, the couple gets to the police. Obviously, they did not believe in the existence of zombies, but still decide to check the situation. Leaving only one officer Ramon at the station, the police quickly find a minibus. The zombies saw them and ran to attack. The officer uses tear gas, which doesn't work at all against zombies. Almost all officers are eliminated. Their captain grabs his gun, but due to panic, he is unable to hit the head. Ninja reached Ramon. He goes outside to talk and sees the captain who led a whole horde to the site. The survivors climb into the building, and the door is blocked with furniture. The captain was bitten and turns into a zombie. Bam Bong takes the gun and fires several shots. No matter what they do, nothing helps calm the zombies. But they couldn't push the zombie into the cell and lock him up. Ramon wants to call for help from other areas, and Keen calls Rudy, who is no longer in the mood for phone calls. But Karina called him back, explaining that everything was fine with Rain, but Rudy couldn't be helped. Bam Bong gives his word that they will save them, but before that they need to wait for help from other areas. New zombies are arriving at the site every minute. The couple struggles to hold the door open. Ron receives a message from other officers. It turns out that zombies are already everywhere, which means they won't be able to help them. The connection is cut off when the zombies catch the officer. King calls Karina and says they are stuck. Ramon remembered that they had seized firecrackers that could be thrown away from the site and distract the zombies. After which, he gives the couple protection and weapons. Night is approaching. They slowly open the door from where they want to launch mini fireworks, when suddenly it falls out of your hands, exploding straight into the room. The zombies did not break through, and then they repeat their plan. This time everything worked out. The zombies free the door, and people can go outside. Some of the zombies saw them and ran to attack. Ramon opens fire, realizing that only a hit to the head can stop the monsters. They, together with Bomong, eliminate a couple of zombies. However, a whole crowd came running at the shot. The squad raises their shields while zombies literally surround them on each side. A thunderstorm is approaching. The sound of lightning causes the gun to burst out and hit the door, attracting zombies. The surrounded detachment was lucky. It started to rain, which is why the zombies stopped attacking them. The same thing happens at home. Karina is sure this is the best moment to escape, especially when there is a moped in the house. When the rain stopped, the zombies surrounded the squad again. Kenny opens fire. The bullets run out pretty quickly. She retreats to the car while the couple hides in the building. Karen came here too. Luckily for them, Ramon set off fireworks, distracting all the zombies. The squad gets into the car in which they were going to drive to the site, but the brakes failed and did not ram the door. Bomong had the worst luck. His leg was hit by a cabinet. They try to lift him, but they didn't have enough strength. And Nini accidentally approaches the cage and gets bitten. Ramon eliminates the captain, but other zombies break through and surround Ramon. While they're still alive, Ramon hands Nini the ring, and the Bomong lights fireworks, distracting all the zombies. Thanks to this, the survivors were able to escape. The sparks ignite the gasoline, creating an explosion. Kin realizes that she was bitten. She has to say goodbye to Ryan and ask Karina to protect him. A new day is coming. Karina was able to reach the big city without noticing a zombie running behind her. And the other person to whom the elixir was sent accepts it.